Meghan has been furious recently that Harry doesn't understand her mission to reconcile with the King and the Prince of Wales, whom he's supposed to be courting in one way, behaving with them in a simple and restrained manner in another, and remembering that he's their equal and has the right to demand, not fidget and nag. Nagging, of course, is Meghan's prerogative. Well, except for jokes, begging and pleading it's a serious matter, and such a brainiac like Harry can hardly cope. But Meghan not only knows how to yell, scream, squeal and loudly express her displeasure with the Hollywood diva. The Duchess already has experience. Harry is proof of this, of the opposite techniques. However, so far Meghan's efforts have not been successful, and Harry sometimes seems to be a guy on his own mind. Although, not so long ago it seemed that the Bastion Charles began again to decorate its walls with olive branches and little by little, thinking about the eternal, to enter into negotiations with Harry. Yes, since late last year, Charles has had repeated contact with Harry via modern technology. The Times reported that after the royal was diagnosed with cancer, the father and youngest son had several conversations, and they were conversations in the spirit of a warm exchange of views. That is, they had a lot to talk about, discuss and agree on. Next, Harry gave a froth, rushing to brag to his friends that while his father was ill, he would step into his duties as a senior member of the royal family. Here's a question: who promised him this or hinted at the possibility? Daddy the King or someone from America but in an intermediary role? Meghan? Harry's friends rejoiced, but the reaction from sources in Britain, not California, was swift and brutal, writes royal expert Richard Eden in the Palace Confidential newsletter. The King, my colleague Rebecca English was told, was firmly of the view that Harry had no way back as a functioning member of the royal family in any way, shape or form. Anyway, the royal seems ready to mend relations with his youngest son, but then another feint from Harry occurs, and the royal begins to nod obediently to his eldest son's entreaties. After all, Prince William is adamant that the royal court should stick to the agreement reached at the Sandringham summit with Queen Elizabeth in 2020, notes Mr. Eden. Harry and Meghan wanted to be free of family responsibilities and state funds in their new life. Please get it and be consistent. What follows is the most important thing on the subject. It is expected that sooner or later William will become king. Harry is known to be somehow holding out hope of returning to royal duties, in one form or another. This week, Richard Eden claims Harry has been given a taste of what to expect when his brother becomes king. Isolation. There is no chance that the Sussexes will ever be allowed to reunite with the firmament when William ascends to the throne, the expert claims. Still, there is a peaceful solution to the strife and squabbling. If Harry and Meghan give up making money from titles and belonging to the British royal family, and apologize for their behavior over the past few years, however, does this mean that Harry will get exactly what he wants? To be in the royal fold, but, while his children are growing up, only part-time. And still have access to at least half, if not all, of the firm's resources. And yes, to peddle in America his lineage, his titles and stories about it all. No, though, maybe Harry wants something else. He hasn't said much about his royal plans. Sussex is keeping quiet, and Wales is forced to clarify something through their channels, you notice? Okay, Harry will agree. Apologizes. And then what? What's next? Sign a memorandum or contract with the Windsors about what Sussexes can do and what's off limits? Or will the Sussexes go back to trusting the Windsors? Harry and Meghan seem to be stumped. If you like the video, then don't forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the latest news about the royal family.